Hi, everyone. I wanted to take a few minutes to talk to you about the documentation we need this year for extended school year 2021. I have put two of the three documents in the extended year folder that's in the Student Support Services portal. So when you go into the portal, on the left-hand side under the Documents tab, you'll see Extended School Year. So if you click on that link, it'll take you to the ESY documents. And in the ESY documents, you'll see the ESY 2021 folder. So if you click on that, you'll see there are multiple forms in here, but the ones that I'm going to talk about today are the forms that we need for eligibility. So the first one is the ESY eligibility documentation form. And the second one is the ESY transportation request. And this is for students who will need busing. The third form is not in here, but it's in TyNet, and that's the ESY plan. And that's completed after we have the ESY eligibility documentation form completed to show that the student qualifies. Then the ESY plan is completed. And again, the ESY transportation request. So if you click on the ESY eligibility documentation form, it'll take you to this Word document. And on the Word document is the link to a Google form. And this is the format of our documentation this year. So if you click on this link, it will take you to our ESY eligibility documentation form. In the past, you have had two forms to fill out in some cases. One of the forms that all students are required to have if they're going to attend ESY or if they qualify is the eligibility checklist, because we need to know in what areas the students qualify. The second form that we filled out last year was if the student qualified in the areas of regression or recoupment, we needed to know what IEP goals did they have challenges with regression or recoupment, and also what was the data to show that over extended breaks. So both of those forms now are combined into one Google form. So you'll see the form here, and I filled in, the first part is just some personal information for the student, their name, school of attendance, date of birth, the referring therapist, their disability. And then the last question on the first page is very important. This determines what information you need to give us next. So the question is, did the student experience significant regression or recoupment? And if you say no, then it will take you automatically to the ESY eligibility checklist areas. This might be for students, you would check no if you have a student who doesn't necessarily show challenges with regression or recoupment, but there are other areas in which they might qualify for extended school year. This could be some of our students in the multiply impaired classrooms who may not show regression or recoupment over long breaks, but they definitely do qualify for extended school year in other areas. This could also be students with intellectual disabilities, students on the autism spectrum disorders, in the autism spectrum disorders area. So if you would choose no, that they do not have challenges with regression recoupment, then when you click next, it will take you to the eligibility checklist. And this is just predictive factors, like how then do they qualify for ESY? Is it challenges with emerging skills? Are there skills that they're working on that could be lost if they don't have extended school year? Severity of disability, behavioral factors, and you don't have to complete information in all of these areas. We just need to know of these areas, which one does the student fall under, where would they qualify? And then if you click next, after you've completed that information, there's a final summary. And it says, based on this evidence, without continued support and services, will there be a severe loss of skill or knowledge? And if you say yes, then they qualify for ESY. And then we also ask of the very last question, what support services do they need? Do they need PT, OT, speech? Is there other information that we need? And then you choose submit. However, if you have a student that would qualify under the area of regression recoupment, then when you get to the bottom of the page, you would choose yes, that they do experience significant regression over breaks. You would choose next, and it would take you then to the data summary form. And this is where you would note what IEP goal have they shown or skill have they shown regression over extended breaks. You would list the IEP goal and then any data you have over a fall break. What were some pre and post levels that you noted from your data collection? What was the information before the break? What was the information after the break? And this should be in a percentage form as much as it can be. Over winter break, and the same information then over spring break. In order to qualify for extended school year under regression recoupment, we have to at least have one goal that we're targeting during ESY. So for sure, there's one goal you would need to complete. If a student qualifies under more than one goal, then go ahead and complete that information, or even if they qualify under a third goal. So they could have a goal under reading, where they've shown regression recoupment, a goal under the area of math, and or a goal under the area of social skills. But again, they don't have to have 3 goals, but we for sure need one goal. Then you would click next, and it would take you out to the eligibility checklist, which you just saw in my previous example. If there's any further information that you can give us about the student's disability, that's the information that you would put under the eligibility checklist. And then again, you would also get to the final summary. And then you would say yes, that they do qualify, and then what other services they may need. So I hope this information is helpful. Please reach out to me with any questions. I'd be happy to meet with school teams or individually. I can meet face-to-face or via Zoom, whatever works for you. Thank you so much.